should be able to go live on YouTube as well. Let's see if it works. Did I take it? I did actually. It was unfortunately a loss. I'll kind of go over that today. Awesome. Dude, we're live on YouTube too at the same time. So if you guys want to go check out the YouTube, feel free to go ahead and do that because it'll have my full screen. Because I know TikTok, you guys can only see so much. So if you guys would like to go check out the YouTube stream instead, you'll be able to see pretty much my entire chart here. Feel free to go do that. All right, let's get started. So going into today, I made one big mistake, which was I thought we had already taken this low specifically, which was the low from Tuesday at 10 a.m. on the hourly candles lows, this low here. I totally thought that we took it already. I don't know what it was. I'm trying to like think about it. Like, what did I don't really know what was in my mind, I guess, at that point. But yeah, I don't know why I thought we already took it and we already made SMT and all that. I don't know what it was. I think last night I just like thought about it. Like I think I was like, oh bro, that'd be such a fire entry. And then I just assumed that it really happened. Which it didn't. We did not take that low at all on ES or NQ, anything like that. So going into today, because I had already assumed that we had taken the low, we made the manipulation leg early, that I was looking for longs, which did not work out at all. So that kind of sucks. I don't know what I was. I don't know what I was thinking, bro. I'm gonna be honest. So I waited until my normal time to trade, and I had already assumed that we swept out all the lows we needed to. And so I just literally waited until we had a displacement leg, all that good stuff. I took a long and I got filled. It ran a little bit and then it stopped me out pretty quickly, like right here. But yeah, that's just a silly mistake on my part. I don't know what. I genuinely don't like, because if I was like thinking about it, I was taking the trade, I was like, what? I was like, why didn't that trade work? And then I kind of looked over it. I'm like, wait, we didn't even do anything that I thought we did. I don't know why I thought we took this low. We didn't. Let me turn my fan on real quick. Hold up, guys. But yeah, I have no idea what, like, why I thought that. Oh, someone's in the YouTube chat. What's up, bro? K Wit, you can hear me, right? Sorry, some guys are DMing on Discord as well. What's up, guys? Anyways, yeah, I really don't know what I was thinking, bro. I really don't. Um, yeah, that was just a bit of a silly moment there. But anyways, that's besides the point. Sorry, it's all good. We make those mistakes. Luckily for me, because we were moving so crazy. I mean, these are 100-point moves, right? Multi 100-point moves. No, Bob. Check the link in the bio, Bob. The link in the bio has the YouTube link. If you guys want to go check out the YouTube stream, so you can see the full chart instead of just whatever TikTok's got you guys on. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Um, yeah, that was just stupid of me. Luckily, like I said, I did size down, so I only lost like $100, which is not bad at all. So I was definitely happy about that part. So I'm like, all right, we're cool, we're chill. We didn't lose much money today. Um, it wasn't really a big deal. So now going into tomorrow, I'm still interested in this low. I'm still interested in this low here. I would prefer it if we made some sort of SMT at the lows as well. Dude, I mean, it's so like tomorrow I'm so short biased. I really am. We have these all these lows right here. Look, one, two, three, four lows. Like, bro, we have everything kind of set up and prime for some shorts going into tomorrow. So that's kind of what I want. And then a huge or a lovely I want to run up to back to all-time highs. Kind of, you guys see this little trend line, whatever you guys want to call it, trend line liquidity, low resistance liquidity, whatever you want to call it. I would love for us to come and sweep all of that out on on Wednesday. But yeah, I really don't know what happened there, bro. I thought that we took the low already. I was being silly. Yeah, I did. So it did avoid the low, but I'm assuming we just kind of come back tomorrow. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you guys look at every other price leg, like run up on some sort of time frames, there's either ES or NQ will always take some sort of nice 4-hour low before it continues higher. Like if you look at ES, the ES typically is a little bit better on that, but same idea, right? Like right here, we kind of just come and just run straight up after taking out some 4-hour lows. Dude, what was this, 3 weeks ago? Dude, that was perfect. That was a good week. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Yes, I think we come lower, sweep out this low, potentially even this low, the May 7th low, and then we can kind of have our run higher. Would be nice. So that's kind of what I'm thinking there. Ideally. If tomorrow we kind of come and run up and take all the highs out on Tuesday, I don't know how I'd feel about that at all. That'd be pretty weird if I'm gonna be honest. So ideally, I wake up tomorrow morning. We could take out one high, like this high here is fine. I just don't want us to be super super bullish. Like we could be bullish, just not like already like okay, if we're at all time highs again. Like there's no trade for me. All right, who's got questions? What is SMT? The name stands for Smart Money Technique, right? That's what people say. All it is divergences. So, for example, sometimes NQ will go below a low, ES doesn't, and then that's a divergence. That's what it's called. SPY 755 by Friday. I'm assuming you're just saying all-time highs again, right? Maybe. I wouldn't bet. I wouldn't place money on it, but I mean, honestly, it's a pretty decent chance. I would say. Win rate and profit factor. I would say my win rate. Let's see if I can just find my dashboard. Why would I even guess when I literally have a dashboard that tracks it for me? Let's find out together, Mr. HTF. What is my win rate? I know my estimate, like my estimated win rate. Let's see. Does it have it on this account? This one is a little bit better. Where is it? Does Lucid track it, or do I have to? Consistency, trading days, money. I don't actually see my win rate. What the heck? Am I tripping? Does anyone else use Lucid, and does anyone know if they have that? It does track it. Where? Active. Huh. Am I tripping? Or is it only account summary? Let's see. Account details, maybe? No, it's just here. Whatever. Well, I guess we'll just have to settle for an estimate because I can't seem to find the exact numbers somehow. Feed details, reset. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, all right. So I would say my win rate's probably around 40%, maybe 40%. A bit lower, I would say, but account compass here. Let me see. Account compass. Oh gosh, why is it so loud? I don't see that, my profile. Anyways, like I said, win rate's probably around 40%. Profit factor, maybe 2 point something. I think it's something like that. Credentials, trade of a. I'll look at that after the stream, and I'll post it or something for those who want to know. But yeah. That's so weird. I don't know why they don't have it. Hey, Hash, it's been a while, bro. You've been in Afghanistan. What the heck are you doing over there, bro? Hella far. I'm new to trading. What route should I take? The slow route. Just start paper trading, bro. You don't have to start like doing anything crazy. Just start with the paper trading account like this. Click connect. Log in, connect. You can see paper trading, and then you'll be able to take all these trades. Oh, that's where you're from. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. Do I trade ICT? Yeah, I do. How, dude? I can't seem to get anything above 1.3. It depends, HTF. It could be your strategy. It could be just your risk management. Like, what do you trade, I would say, if you want to get a higher profit factor? I would say mine's a lot higher because I'll lose a lot of trades, and then you get one big day that makes it all back and then more. You guys understand what I'm saying? It just depends on your strat. Do you follow a strategy with indicators or just, yeah, no indicators. Just market structure. I mean, I have some, I guess you could say, quote unquote indicators. I have my own indicator kind of thing that I'm working on. Oh, this is the old version, but here, let's delete that one. That one's really old. But yeah, where I kind of help measure out some things that I'm too lazy to manually measure. But no, no, not really. No, like day to day, I don't really use anything other than just whatever I can see. But yeah, what are the questions you guys got? What do you guys got for me today? What a weird day, huh? Like we didn't do anything, but like we didn't really do anything, but at the same time, like the moves were so big. I mean, this whole drop here is almost 250 points. Like that's crazy, you know? My risk to reward is around 1, but win rate sits at 54. I don't know how to increase. I would say HTF, do you trade with multiple contracts? Like do you have multiple lots or just one? Like one micro, two micros, one mini, two minis. What's the first thing you check to form your bias? What the overnight session did. And that's the first thing that I messed up with today. I should have I definitely should have double checked that. I just assumed, but I didn't actually check. I'll show you right now in a bit, Bob. What are like imbalances and voids? Just like gaps in the chart, right? That's what most people call them as, right? Like let's say the gap between Monday and Tuesday, right? It's just this gap right here, like between the candlesticks, you can see. Let's see. I also trade ICT. Oh, hold up. Do you think about scalping? I've been blowing a lot of eval with. Nah, bro, I couldn't do scalping. It's just too emotional for me. Like, how do you know when to cut your trade? Like, for example, let's say I entered a trade here. Like, I could be into drawdown, right? Or let's say I do a short because that's an actual winning trade. Like, you could take a short and be fairly into drawdown, right? And still have the trade hit. But if you're just high contract size, like, it's not worth it. Like, you'd cut the trade and then you'd lose. And then you try to, like, FOMO in, and then it just, I don't know. Scalping never made sense to me personally. I don't have the right mindset for that. Right now, I'm just back testing. I'm not trading until I get something with 60% one-to-one RR and profit factor of 1.5. I would say if you want to increase your win rate, then you have to have lower take profits. And if you want to increase your RR, you have to have a lower win rate. So it kind of balances HTF. You have to find a good balance of the two. I have a low win rate. It's only like 30 to 50%, right? I would say 40 average. But the profit factor can be a lot bigger, right? Just the other day, last week, I had a crazy big trade because I'm able to kind of weather the storm on the losses. Does that make sense? So, like, yeah, I don't win many trades, but the trades I win have to be pretty big or are pretty big usually. Like, for example, Thursday, or was it Wednesday or Thursday? No, it was Wednesday. So, Wednesday of last week, for example, was a very, very big trade. And that's kind of how it works, right? But I mean, this looks very impressive, but it also doesn't factor in obviously the losses, right? If I only win 3 out of 7, then you have to do your math, and you kind of have to calculate like, okay, if I'm only winning 30% of the time, like what percentage do I need to, like how much can I risk before the account's blown? You guys have to kind of all do the math separately for your own accounts. I can kind of help you guys break it down if you'd like. Can daily bias shift mid-session or should it stay fixed? I would say it should stay fixed, Bob, because then if you're too wishy-washy, you're more prone to being like emotional. Does that make sense? Like for example, like there are times where I will switch it though. But usually not before a trade. I would say this: you can switch your bias, but you shouldn't switch your bias after you've taken a loss or after you've taken a trade, because then that kind of just opens the door to like over trading. Does that make sense? So I would say, like, for example, if I was in longs, but then I saw something and I was like, okay, never mind, I want to see shorts. If I haven't taken the trade, cool. And even then, that's still a little bit iffy for me personally. If I have a daily bias and it doesn't work out, I just don't trade. I'll just stop. I won't even, like, yeah, even if I notice, like today, for example, I took a loss on a long. I could have just gone in short and probably made money, but that breaks all my, like, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't really follow what I like to do. Makes sense, guys? Yeah, I'm learning 1 minute day trading with max 12 pip stop loss. Dang, that's good. How do you trade? What time do you place your trade and for how long? I only place my trades from certain times, and I'll kind of show you guys my little time zones that I like to take trades in. I'll use this little vertical line here. Let me answer another question first, though. So I only take trades from the morning session from, okay, the little time windows from 10:07 to Where is it? 30, 10:30. From 10:07 to 10:30 is one little section that I trade. From what's the next one? 15, right? From 15, wait, hold on. Let me calculate. 30, 45. Yes, okay. From 15, 11:15 all the way till 11:37. It's another one. And then I'll usually skip all the way until the afternoon session. It'll be from 3 p.m. after all the way till around, usually I would say 3:30, maybe 3:45, depending on the day. And that's kind of it. That's usually like those three sections, I would say, are the only times I really take trades. Today's trade was right here in between this little time zone, the second one. You guys see that? Right here. Entered long, got stopped. That's it. That is all I trade. It's only like an hour's worth of like time zones, I guess, or like sections. That's it. That is all I trade. Dude just picks random things. Very unique approach. Yeah, it's quarterly theory stuff. If you guys don't know what that is, I mean that's obviously like I could show you here why that is, but if you don't even know what that is, then that is what it is, right? It's just time zones, sessions. So, yeah. Yeah. Like for example, we have the 90-minute cycle, the microcycle, right? Those are just the times that I win the most. This indicator sucks. I need to delete it. How big are your trades? How many points and how many contracts? 2 contracts, and it depends. Some, I would say maybe 100 points, 125 is like towards the more average size. I've had big ones, right? I had like a 300 something point one the other last week, but that's not consistent. It's much closer to 100. 100 points, max 50 point stop. Simplicity beats complexity. For me, it does. I mean, there's people out there who can trade really weird, like complex stuff, but I don't. I never. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Like, why overcomplicate it? What is the indicator thing? It's my own indicator, and it's not really that good. It's sly. I've been trying to make it better so you guys can have it, but I've been very, very busy lately. I've been very busy. You looking for shorts or longs? Right now, nothing. Tomorrow, probably shorts, though. Today, my bias at the open was long, but switched to short at 10:30. Do I switch? Yeah, I'll switch it. Occasionally. But not often. But yeah, today was definitely a short day. I think that much was pretty obvious. Not really a lot of long opportunities here. I keep blowing accounts. It happens, bro. If you've never blown an account, honestly, you've never really traded. That's just how it is. It's like, it's just part of the game. You guys gotta. Oop. Sorry, my phone was on. But yeah. Blowing my evals like crazy. I'm down 4K, passed 4 funded, then blew them again. What do you think your issue is, Owen? What do you think the issue is? If you guys want, I can kind of break down your guys' problems. It's usually not technical. It's usually not just like your strategy, That's what I would say. A lot of you guys are like, it's my strategy. I'm like, nah, it's probably not. It's probably everything else. Everything you do up until your strategy. Is there an app where I can practice? Yeah, there is. Russian cat. You can click login, click paper trading, click connect, and you'll be able to take like fake trades basically. They're not fake, like they're obviously, this is not real money. Practice trades, I would say. That's a better term. See? Just entered, and now I closed it. If you want the app name, I'll just type it out for you right now. But yeah. What else you guys got? Oh, you got it? Perfect. Perfect, my friend. Anyways, I had a pretty crazy day today, bro. I had to take a final. Dude, that sucked. I'm so ready for summer. I only have one more final and one more paper to do, and I'm done. And then 80 trades is free. How do you know how much it is before entering a trade? I have a little calculator tool, Tia. So you can just there's this calculator tool right here on the trading view. It's free. You can literally just calculate it. So I know that 600 ticks, which is that 600 number there, that's how many ticks it's just moved. You can also set it here. So I'm like, I'd look at this and I'd say, okay, 600 tick stop loss or 600 tick take profit with two contracts is $600, exactly 1 to 1. Same for the stop loss. I'm risking 137 to make $605, for example. That's how I do it. Would you take a long delivery out of a 1 hour if a 15 fair value gap closed bearish? Mm, sorry. It depends, Alucard. It depends. If I'm already biased long and I've seen a manipulation leg, yes. Like for example, I know this isn't like 1 to 1, but let's say this was a 1 hour gap. Let's say we had like a 15-minute gap here that's bearish. I would be fine with continuing long if A, I was already bullish, and B, we already had some manipulation leg telling me that we're not gonna reject lower. Does that make sense? So like maybe an SMT here, right? Maybe we swept out some really nice equal lows. We had a nice displacement leg, etc., etc., etc. Yes. So maybe. The answer is it depends. Could you show me how to get the calculator thing? Yeah, Tia, you can, if you want, it'll probably be easier if you want to join the YouTube stream instead. Click the link in the bio and click my YouTube. Might be a bit laggy. I'm trying to get it set up properly. But that way you can see my whole screen and then I'll explain it to you there. But basically, actually, you can do it on TikTok here. I guess both ways works. But you just click this long calculator button and then you kind of drag it around to wherever you want it to. It's this thing. It's called L, the long. I have a full YouTube video on it, on how to use TradingView as well. If you guys want to check that one out. Yeah. But yeah, what other questions you guys got? Got some good stuff. I was really trying to, I told you guys, one more final and one more paper. When I'm done, every single day, two streams a day, 2 videos a day, like crazy. I'm going hard on the content. I'm going to go hard. So I told you guys gotta lock in for that. Stay tuned, because I only have one more test and then one more paper to write, and I'm done. And then you guys will be able to see a lot more of me on TikTok again. And I'm gonna be posting again daily on the YouTube as well. So go check that out if you guys mess with my recaps and stuff. Want to see how I'm doing personally? Definitely go check those out because I'll be on there. I'll be on those a lot. But anyways, back to the charts. Yeah, tomorrow I'm very much would love to see us go short. I would love for us to kind of draw into this low here. Right now, we're not super far away from it. I can see us doing that in like just 1 or 2 candles. It's really not that far away. Some sort of reversal here would be nice. I don't know what we don't really have anything. Maybe a tap into this daily. Someone mentioned this earlier. This daily. What happened with my trade today? It was a long. It got stopped. I made a bit of a mistake today. I thought we had already swept the low I was talking about. But, yeah. We didn't. So I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Like once I realized, like, oh, dude, I thought we swept out this low, but it was a wrong low. And I was like, dude. But I was like, you know what, man? Like, it's cool. It's cool. I've definitely done a lot worse. How do you balance trading, content, and school without burning out? I kind of don't, right? So whenever school gets, like right now, like school is a lot busier because I have so many finals that I'm finally, well, now I'm almost done. But so I honestly wasn't able to stream and make content, which kind of sucks. But for burning out specifically, I think burning out only happens whenever you're just putting too much into it, in the sense of like, you know, you guys already know I talk about like performance, identity, all that type of stuff. Whenever you start putting your identity into it, where you're basically saying like, if this doesn't succeed, or if this gets, you know, any sort of way, I get upset. I would say, like, for example, me, I used to have way more people in these streams. I used to have like literally 100 people in the stream, and then I got inactive, and then I'm now lately has been not that many people, and that's my fault. Obviously, I should have just streamed more often, kept it more consistent. But like, you can beat yourself up about that type of stuff, or you can say, you know what, like, it's cool. I know I'm gonna get it back. That's just kind of the mindset you have to have. That's the way I see it. Same with school, right? School, I'm like, whatever. Like, if I do bad on a test, if I do bad on an assignment, it's cool. We're gonna get it back somehow, some way. So that's kind of the mindset I have with all these things. Like I said, like the streams, I'm really hoping that this summer we kind of bring it back. So we're popping again, dude. These used to be like literally 100 people in here. I'm telling you guys. I don't know. I know what happened is that I had to start taking exams and then I wasn't able to focus on this. But it's cool because now we're back. We're cool. We're chilling. We're going to be pretty good. What symbol is this? It's MNQM 2026. Russian cat. Here, I'll spell it out. MNQM 2026. There you go. Does trading content help you with my... I don't think so, to be honest. I think maybe a little bit, right? Maybe a little bit. But honestly, like I would say like I was always held fairly accountable by myself. I don't think I really need like you guys don't really change. Like no one's DMing me like, "Bro, you should have." I mean, I guess maybe a little bit. It does help me kind of talk about like the losses a little bit easier. Like right, whenever I'm by myself, it's really easy for me to be like, like that sucks. Like I just suck at this. But then like when I'm able to talk to you guys about it and I'm realizing like, you know what, that wasn't even a bad loss. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then that's kind of how it is. But yeah, I would say yeah, a little bit, maybe 20% helpful, 20% helpful. But yeah, you guys know me. I'm not trying to fake it. Like I told you guys, like I take my losses. I mean, I won't like. I'll try to be more. I want to be more transparent with like the money part, but right now it's just not feasible for me to make constant videos about my money and like da 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 da. Like okay, I got this, I got that. But I'm thinking this summer, like I said, when I have more time to kind of break it down for you guys, then I'll probably start being more accountable and all that good stuff. How about NQ or do you see? It's just lower risk is all. Yeah, I look at NQ all the time. Today I looked at NQ literally multiple times. It's all the same. NQ1 is just more. It's more risk, right? So it's 10 times the risk because it moves 10 times as much. So for example, one tick on NQ1 is $5. One tick on MNQ is just 50 cents. You guys understand what I'm saying? So that's why it's a lot easier for me to use the micros. But yeah, they're the same thing. I'm having trouble setting up my risk management. Yeah, what do you need help with, Orso? What do you need help with, bro? What do you need help with, my friend? And like I said, summertime, I'm also bringing back more one-on-one calls. Maybe to help you guys out one-on-one. It'll be like a first come, first serve type of thing. But I'll have that set up for you guys as well. Coming this summer. Coming summer 2026. Do you need help learning how to trade? And I'll be there. I don't know. What was my bias today and why? I was long biased because of an accident, basically, Alex. So basically, I thought that we had swept out this low already on NQ. And I looked at ES and ES hadn't. So I was like, oh, SMT, manipulation leg, done and done. Internal sweep, done. So it was kind of a bit of a mistake on my part. I should have realized, like, hey, we didn't actually sweep anything out yet. I really don't know what I was thinking. I swear to you, like, I swear I saw the low get swept. Like, I really did. And then I looked back and I'm like, oh, we just never did that. I just completely made that up in my head. I don't know where that came from. But basically, I assumed that we had already made the manipulation leg. So I just waited for my normal setup, right? Internal sweep, displacement, right time of day, right? That's pretty much it. This is the reversal leg, the distribution cycle. I mean, everything was there except for the actual sweep. I mean, the main part, like the biggest chunk wasn't there, but everything else was there. So, yeah, this was kind of the idea for today. Obviously, not all the way up here because it's Monday, but like right here. Stop loss wasn't here, though. It was more like right this candle low. It's like this. Buy or sell right now? Right now, I would stay off the chart. I wouldn't even trade this. It's Asia session. It's hardly going to move. Right. It's Asia session. Okay. I've been failing for so long. I don't know what's scarier, failing or still feeling empty when I've succeeded. Man, that is... I understand exactly what you're saying. And honestly, bro, Bob, I will say this. You don't really need to be scared of either outcome. And I'll tell you why. Let's say it's the first scenario, that you fail and that nothing happens, nothing in your life. Like, trading just doesn't work out. What's the issue, right? You still have... Unless you're like 90 years old and dying, you still got plenty of time to figure out something. Maybe, yeah, maybe it'll suck having to work a normal job for a little while. Maybe it'll be right. Obviously, maybe life will change. But the way I see it at the end of the day is like, guys, there is infinite opportunities. If you can maintain the mindset that I keep telling you guys about not being outcome oriented, even when things that are big don't work out, like trading, you're chilling, right? Let's say trading doesn't work out, but you're not outcome dependent. You switch to something else. You do something else. Let's say you get into marketing. Boom. Now you come into a new spot with a good mindset, and you said, okay, yeah, maybe trading didn't work out, but we don't look at the outcomes. We look at the process. I'm going to dedicate myself to this next process. Maybe that's what works, right? If I told all of you guys right now that you're going to fail at trading completely, you're going to blow your accounts, you're never going to get money off trading. But the next job or the next thing you do is, say you do like marketing, social media marketing next, is what's going to be your lifetime job. That's what's going to set you financially free, et cetera, et cetera. Would any of you care about trading failing? Or would that just be a footnote in your biography? That's that's a way that you guys got to kind of see everything in life, right? Is that, yeah, maybe this might not work out, but whether it works out or not, it doesn't really matter. You're just going to continue and you're going to move on, right? How many things have you guys already tried and failed at? And how many of you guys like still don't sleep at night or like, you know what I'm saying, regret it so much? Not many times because you kind of just moved on to the next thing, right? I did a lot of businesses, a lot of side hustles when I was kind of getting, growing up, and none of them really worked out. But am I upset about it? No, I just moved on to the next thing. You guys kind of see that? And then if you feel empty when you succeeded because, sorry, that's still the same thing though. You're still looking at the outcome. You're still looking at the money and the fame or the status or whatever to make you happy. And I always tell you guys, you should never be outcome dependent because whether you fail or whether you win, it's a lose-lose scenario, literally. Because if you win, okay, now what? That's it. You're done. There's nothing to like look forward to in life, right? Because that's all you were looking forward to. Same if you lose. If you lose, it's like, okay, now everything's gone. Like, what's left? You guys have to build up your identity in external things, not internal. So when I place a trade, the price stays, but when it comes down to units, shows over 40K. What do you mean? I don't 40K or so? Send a screenshot, bro. I'm trying to figure out if I got a good plan. I got 4 hour for bias, mark previous high and low, and see if chase. Man, it's not the worst plan ever. How do you see your price? I'm brand new. Price? It's on the right hand side. I know TikTok, you guys can't see it, but it's on the right hand side of the chart. But do you guys understand what I'm saying about that whole process outcome dependent mindset? I feel like nobody ever talks about that. No one. Everyone always talks about, oh, you're gonna retire your parents. Oh, you're gonna be able to, be financially free. Oh, you're gonna be able to do this and that. But the issue with that mindset is two things. Number one, if you don't get to that point, you're miserable because you were relying on that to prove and validate you as a person. So whenever that doesn't happen, you're miserable. And when it does happen and you finally do get validated, now there's nothing left for you to depend on. Now that you already have everything, what do you do now? You guys think you're going to skydive every day, right? Like, that's going to get boring, right? You think you're going to travel? Like, yeah, you'll travel, you'll feel happy for a little while, but it won't hit. They always say money doesn't buy happiness, and it's a real saying for a real reason. I'm sure, I promise you it is. Anyone out here who thinks they're special, like, make the money and then come back to me. Because it's true. It is. After you get, once you're able to take care of, like, your people, after that, the money really doesn't mean anything. How do you spot your bias? I have to look at what the previous everything's kind of done. So lately this week, I noticed we made this low, and to me, I was pretty interested in us coming into this low. So going into tomorrow, just based on how we reacted off this low, where like the bodies are staying fairly even, I want us to move a lot lower. That's kind of how it works, right? Certain things. And then I introduced time into it, right? Time as a filter. Time as a filter. I should like talk about that more too. Time as a filter. I feel like none of you guys also really talk about that either. But yeah, what else? What other questions you guys got? Mindset questions, psychology questions, trading questions. What do you guys got? Because I got a lot of wisdom. I really do. I feel like. Just kidding. It's not my wisdom, but it's all stuff I've learned from other people. But I'm able to transfer that to you guys. So what do you guys got? We could talk about. You know what? We should also talk about how do you get out of an outcome dependent mindset. All right, told you guys how to do that. I feel like I always talk about it, but I don't give you guys application. You guys want application? How to get out of an outcome dependent mindset of a yeah. That's what we should title it, huh? How long have you been trading? About 4 years, Gio. Can you help me how to spot entry, bro? I can kind of, Holy Phantom, but I mean, depends on what you mean by how to spot an entry. I could tell you how to spot my entries, but I can't tell you what will work for you necessarily. How about that? How about we talk about that? How to let's do that. I should make like a whole slideshow. How to break out of an outcome dependent, mindset. We should talk about this today. You guys want to talk about this? How to break out of an outcome dependent mindset. How do you know the market will return here exactly? It's just ICT concepts, Holy Phantom. I think I've gotten so addicted to the chase and idea of who I could become. I don't know who I'd be without it. Ooh, that is a huge unlock, Bob. That's a huge, dude. They're super self-aware. Hell of people don't even think about that. No one ever talks about that, but that's a good point, right? How many of you guys do that? You guys are daydreaming. Oh, I could be doing this. I could be doing that. I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna be doing that. How many of you guys do that? Oh, this car. I'll have this house. Oh, I'll be able to travel here, and I'll be able to buy this, right? How many of you guys kind of have that mindset? Be honest. I know I do. To an extent, everyone does, right? If you say you don't, you're lying. If you say you don't, you're lying. And here's the thing that I'm gonna tell you guys, the secret here, when it comes to outcome dependent mindsets, is that you are already that person who's gonna get the house, who's gonna buy that car, who's gonna do this and who's gonna do that. Does that make sense? So for example, like I'm gonna tell you guys this. The person that gets the house, like let's say the version of you that you're thinking of versus you right now is the same person. I mean, yeah, maybe they'll have a little bit of better trading skills, technical wise. They'll be able to analyze it a little bit different. But in the depth of your heart, you don't really change, right? Money doesn't change people, it reveals people. That's a bar. So when you guys are thinking, oh, when I get to this point, when I get to this point, when I get to this point, no, 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 no. You're already at that point. You just haven't, it's not physically in front of you. It's like this. Let's say I tell all of you guys, I'm going to give you guys $10,000 if you meet me at this location in 6 months. You already have the $10,000. It's a guarantee, but it's not there yet. You have to wait for it. That's what I'm trying to say. There is like everyone says, oh, you have to be grind, you have to grind, oh, you have to do this. Of course, you have to work. Of course, you have to put in the effort. But it is not that just working towards something is not going to get you that thing, right? There are people who will grind all their life. That doesn't mean they get anywhere, right? So it's something other than just working, working, working. The chase, the grind, all this, all that. And I think that's a very toxic mindset that no one talks about how toxic that is. Everyone's always saying, nah, bro, you gotta hustle. Nah, bro, you gotta do this. Nah, bro, you gotta put in the work. And it's like, yeah, but what happens when your life becomes the work? Then you're miserable. Then no one talks about how miserable that is. Like, who wants to be doing that their whole life? No one. And that's why I'm saying you can't look at the outcomes, guys. You have to look at, if all you look at is the future and all you look at is like coulda, shoulda, woulda, or I'll be happy when I say this or when I do this or when this happens, you're never going to be happy because you'll just constantly be pushing it to the next thing. Let's say you guys make it out of trading. Let's say you start making 10K a month trading. Now what? You're going to push it back. You're going to say, nah, when it's 20K a month, 30K, 50K, 100K. Okay, now I'm making 100K a month. Oh, you know what? I'll be happy whenever this other thing happens. Whenever I scale up my businesses, this many figures. It's like it never ends. It doesn't. That's why I tell you guys got to kind of shut down that idea now before you grow big. Because right now, if you shut that idea down, whenever you do get those things, it's like, oh, like I'm cool now. Like I don't have to even stress about it. If you guys wait and you wait until you get those things, you're gonna be miserable because now you're gonna be confused. What the heck, man? I'm not happy and I already have all this money and I'm still not happy. You guys understand what I'm saying? But if you can kind of work on that now, when you do get the money, you'll be so much happier because you're not investing your personal identity into money or into these outcomes or into these other things. You'll be able to say, oh, I'm already happy and I was happy when I was broke. And now when I got the money, I'm even happier. You guys understand? It's almost like, how do I say it? You have to almost like, what's the word? You have to like die to yourself. I think that's a good term. Die to yourself, which means you have to kind of kill that idea of yourself. Ooh, that's a bar. I think I got that. I think that's how I would say it. New to trading at 14, should I invest in ETFs or international funds? Probably ETFs, bro. But yeah, how to break out of an first you need to identify. Let's do this. How do you break out of an outcome dependent mindset? The first thing you need to do is you need to identify that mindset. So what do I mean by that? I mean write down every single time that you are winning or losing a trade, and then I want you to go back through that journal and look at how many, like how like fickle or like fragile your emotions are. And I mean really. So for example, let's say I'm taking a trade, and this is how you guys think. I want you guys to do this. Let's say you enter a trade, right? I want you to do something like this, where every time you have a thought about your trade or a thought about whatever you're doing, it doesn't have to be trading, but let's say trading. I want you to write down exactly how you feel, what you're thinking in that moment. So for example, let's say I took along here. That first minute, you should be writing down, oh my gosh, trade's hitting, doing great. Like this is great. Like it just displaced past this IFEG. I'm really happy. And then I want you to continue writing. Oh, we made a fair value gap, but it's okay. I think if we inverse this, we'll be fine. Oh no, like it's kind of displacing. Now I think this trade's not going to work. Oh no, we're really hitting stop loss. This trade is cooked. Like I'm done. Oh man, like we're 22 points away from stop loss. It's over. Like I don't know what I'm doing about trading. I feel stupid. I feel dumb. Oh, we hit TP. Never mind. I don't care about any of that stuff. And I want you guys to do that and practice that. And then that'll reveal to you in real time how dependent you are on outcomes and how dependent you are on your emotions. Because a lot of you guys don't even know that you have an outcome dependent mindset. You don't even know that your emotions are basically lying to you. You need to first identify that. So first, write down your notebook, write down every thought you ever have about trading. This trade's not going to hit. This trade is going to hit. This trade sucks. I suck. This trade is awesome. I'm really awesome. And I want you to go back and just do that for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Not that long. And then I want you to go back and read it, and you're going to literally see this. This is how your emotional state is going to look. Up, down, 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 up, down. That is exactly what's going to reveal. And then you're going to be able to say, oh, would you guys trust anyone that moves like this? Let's say you have a therapist or like a friend, and they're with you, they're against you, they're with you, they're against you, they're with you, or they're against you. It's a liar. That's what we call liars, or we call, manipulative people. And then you'll be able to realize and identify, hey, my emotions are basically manipulating me. I'm not actually, this isn't real. This is like almost like fake, right? Does that make sense? And so that's what you need to identify. So if you don't believe that you have an outcome dependent mindset, do what I just told you. Write down all your thoughts. Write down every single emotion and thought you have about your trades. All right, that'll help you guys identify this kind of outcome dependent mindset. Step 2, now that you have that outcome dependent mindset, and that you reveal that your emotions basically are a lie, and that depending on the outcome only lets you live up and down, up and down, up and down roller coaster. Perfect. Now we know. Okay, but now what? So basically you suck. Like I'm saying, like we suck. Now what? Then you need to replace expectations with gratitude. Now, what do I mean by that? Everyone, okay, I know. Basic. But hear me out. You guys don't even know the level of expectations you actually have. So, what do I mean by that? Let's say that you take a trade and you get upset about that trade. Why would you ever get upset about that trade? Oh, it's because you think that trade should have worked out because you think that you're a decent trader, right? Am I wrong? If you were a terrible trader and you knew it in the core of your heart that you were a terrible, terrible trader, when you lost a trade, would you care? No, because you know that you're a terrible trader. You wouldn't care at all. So you need to replace that level of expectation with gratitude. So whenever you do win a trade, instead of saying, oh yeah, that's about right, like I'm a good trader, duh, you should say, oh my gosh, like I'm so grateful because now I'm so used to losing, or in my core of my heart, I believe that I'm basically a loser. So when you do start winning, you're happy. And when I mean by being a loser, I don't mean like beating yourself up or negative self-talk. I just mean like reduce the expectations that you have for yourself and you have for everything. And then it's kind of like that one saying, right? If you always expect failure, victory, it feels that much better. But don't go sulking around like, oh, I'm such a loser. I just mean like replace your level of expectations with gratitude. Instead of saying like, oh man, I suck at trading. How about you go, you know what, 3 months ago, like I was way worse. So I should be grateful. Like I'm happy that I am where I am right now because a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, just 2 years ago, where were you guys at in trading? Right? You guys either weren't trading or you don't even know what you were doing, right? I looked back at my photos and I looked at my first trades. I didn't even know what I was doing. So even now, whenever I lose a trade, just my losers are already better trades than any of my winners were, You guys understand when when I first started? You guys kind of understand? Makes sense? You guys kind of get that? See what YouTube's saying. 100%. Perfect. Glad you guys can kind of start picking that up. So you need to identify your mindset, replace your expectations with gratitude. Instead of saying, "Oh man, this really sucks," start saying, "You know what? Like I've already gotten better. I'm better than I was last year or better than I was 2 years ago, and that's already a win. Like you're already winning." Right? If every year you get better than the previous year, eventually you're going to have to win. Like there's no question. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And then the last thing you need to do to break out of an outcome dependent mindset is you need to validate yourself internally. What does that mean? That means instead of looking and seeing at what you see and what you feel and what's happening in front of you, you need to be validated internally. Now, what does that actually mean? So, for example, let's say that basically what it means is, how do I, maybe I need a, no, 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 I like this. All right. What it means is instead of looking and seeing and believing what you see, you need to realize that, hey, internally, maybe that's the truth right now, but that does not have to be the truth forever. Does that make sense? So, what does that mean? Let's say you blow an account. Oh, if you're looking at the outcome and if you're just looking at that, oh, I'm just going to validate what I see external things, things that are outside of me. For example, I blew my account. Oh, I'm miserable. I'm lonely. I'm so sad. This is over. Trading sucks. I suck at trading. Da 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 da. That's external validation. You're looking at other things to validate you. When you can say, you know what, maybe I took a loss. Maybe this bad thing happened. Maybe I messed up here. For example, today I messed up. I told you guys I thought it swept a low and it didn't. But instead of looking at the external things and saying, you know what, I just suck at trading. I should stop making content. I shouldn't even give advice anymore. What am I doing? I'm saying, yes, I made the mistake, but that's not who I am. You don't define yourself by your mistakes. You are validated internally. Make sense? Bars. 3-step process. Dude, I gotta make a video on this. What do you guys think? Sheesh. Can you guys see that on TikTok? I just realized you guys probably can't even see like the full thing. Okay. Dang. I think that's a bar. I think that was some wisdom I just spit right now. For a free 99, sheesh. For the expensive price of free $0. Sheesh. Come on now. You guys got to give it to me there. All right. Let me pop out the chat and everything real quick. Sorry. Are you guys, I don't know where you guys went. Let me move these guys out of the way. Perfect. I'm going to put half my account and trade it. Any tips? Just don't full port it, bro. As long as you have good risk management and you kind of have a plan, then it's no big deal. Did you or do you struggle with the same thing? I did, Bob, and honestly, to this day, I still struggle. To this day, with the same ideas. To this day. Like today, literally perfect example today. I messed up. I thought we swept a low. I thought we had a manipulation leg. We didn't. But I literally, like the thoughts come to me. They still come to you. You'll still get the same feeling, and it'll feel real, Bob. It will feel real. It'll feel like that chest feeling, like, oh man, I messed up. It feels heavy, right? It feels so like it feels real. But it doesn't. That's when you have to. I still do the same thing. I do the same 3 steps. Identify it. Hey, this thought right now, like you have to take it. Like, how do I say it? You have to like think of it like a bouncer. You have to treat your own self as a bouncer. Like thoughts come in. Whoa, 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 hold up. Let me see your ID. Let me see this thought. Let me talk to you real quick. Okay, first I have to identify. Like today came to me. Oh, I'm so stupid. How on earth did I miss that we didn't sweep the low? Wait. Halt. Like I'm at the door. Halt. Stop. Let me look at this thought. All right. Why am I upset? Oh, it's because my outcome was wrong, right? I didn't win this trade. Okay, first we identified it. Then I have to replace it with gratitude. Yes, I lost this trade, but you know what? I'm way better than I was 2 years ago. I'm way better than I am when I was just a couple months ago, right? I've taken good trades just last week. I took plenty of good trades, so I know I'm not just useless and stupid, right? Otherwise, I would have never taken any good trades. And then I validated myself internally. Yes, the external factors say that this is stupid or I messed up or this happened. But you know what? I'm already validated. I don't have to beat myself up. And then we moved on. And that was it. That's how you guys have to. You guys constantly, it's a constant renewal. It's a constant renewal, and it doesn't feel heavy anymore. It doesn't. Eventually, you'll get so good at it. It's like a muscle. You'll train it so much, it doesn't take much anymore to kind of get to that point. When a higher low gets swept, what does that mean? It's usually called a liquidity sweep. It just means orders are getting filled, and we might start seeing movement in a certain direction. Makes sense. I could kind of go into that a little bit if you guys would like. Bars, dude. I just gave out some freaking wisdom, dude. I gotta make a video on that. You know what? I think I'm gonna do that right after the stream. I'm literally gonna just go and record this because that was some bars. I can't lie to you guys. I can't lie to you guys. That was, if you could understand what I just went over, like, bro, trading is gonna be like nothing anymore. It's gonna be easy. That's exactly. That's a cheat code. I'll say that. This is the cheat code to trading. What I just typed out, what I just talked about. All right, though. But unfortunately, I can't stay here and talk forever. So if you guys don't have any more questions, I'll kind of wrap up the stream here. It's been about an hour. But I will upload a video detailing everything I just went over. So if you guys would like to watch that video, it'll be uploaded soon. I'm just going to go ahead and, get that started. So if anyone doesn't have any questions before I go, no one else got anything else they want to talk about real quick? If not, I'll upload today's videos, make it into a little TikTok, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time as always. Appreciate all of you guys that were in here, Bob especially, for your help asking your guys questions. It takes a lot to ask some questions. So I appreciate all of you guys who were in here. Why'd you never respond to my DM? Which DM were you, bro? Sorry. I do get a lot of DMs, guys. I try my best to respond. You might, I don't know. I don't think you can DM me again, can you? Let me see. Let me go on TikTok. Honestly, I just haven't been on TikTok on my phone. Oh, great. Wi-Fi. Don't know what that was. Where even are my DMs? Here they are. Ah, dude, I don't even know where you are. I don't even see you. Yeah, there's just too many DMs, bro. I try my best to get through them, but I think the Discord DMs are your best bet, bro. TikTok is just flooded. Show us an SMT? Sure. I got you. One last example. I'll do an SMT before I go. Let me see if I can find one. I don't know. Let's see if I can find one. Let's see. Yeah, I could. All right, here's one. So an SMT divergence is just whenever NQ or EM takes, or NQ and ES, when one indice takes a low and the other one doesn't. So for example, on ES, I know it eventually did take it right here, but this original low here at 1230 did not take this 230 low. Does that make sense? So if we look at NQ, what did NQ do at that time? NQ did take the same low. So the same 230 low. NQ completely took it, and NQ actually took even lower. It took the 9 o'clock lows, which if we go on ES, oops, that's NQ, sorry. If you look at ES, NQ, again, ES did not take that until later. So that's the SMT divergence. You would draw it like this. You would say, hey, this low was not taken. SMT, boom, and you can start trading from there. Does that make sense? Do you think London low was a stronger draw than previous day high or New York AM high from the day before? Yeah, I would say so. Definitely the lows were a good draw today. I would say the lows are a draw, Alex, more than even the London lows. I would look at external lows, right? Because we have all these lows kind of stacked up against each other, right? NQ not so much, but same idea, right? We have the lows stacked against each other. I would say I would look for it to draw into these lower lows, even May 12th, May 7th, right? Thursday, those lows. If I had to guess where we might want to draw into later in this week. Hopefully. Obviously no guarantees there, but that's what I would kind of expect. What would be the best way to start stocks and learning? The best way is to low-key probably just hop on YouTube, bro. I know there's a lot of crappy videos on YouTube, and it's obviously not ideal, like perfect, I meant. But there's a lot of good stuff on there as well if you kind of know what to look for. And you kind of have common sense, I would say, right? If you have common sense, you should be fine. You know, obviously, like if anyone's selling you a dream and a hope, probably not legit, right? But YouTube's a great way to learn. TikTok disconnected me again. That sucks. Alrighty, guys. Anyone have any questions before I head out? Last second questions. If not, I'll record today's video. Apps and amount to start with. You should start what's called paper trading, Cuff. You don't have to risk real money, and you can start practicing for free. And then you can do that on this app here, TradingView. You can click TradingView, click paper trading, connect, and you'll be able to take paper trades, which is like Monopoly money, and you'll be able to start practicing right away. Make sense? Right? Boom. I just did it right now. That's how easy it was. Took me like 2 minutes. Done. Boom. Just made 200 imaginary dollars. All right. Yeah, no problem. Anybody else? If not, I will let you guys go. Gotta upload today's videos, get started on today's videos, and then I'll see you guys all tomorrow, same time as always. What's tomorrow? Tuesday? Yes. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Sound good? Alrighty. Appreciate all of you guys. Thank you, everybody, for being here, for supporting, especially those who are asking questions and the donations. Someone sent me a rose or something. Appreciate you guys. And I'll be back tomorrow, same time as always, and I will be trading, not trading live, but I will be live, and I will be there with you guys. So I'll see you guys then, all right? Sound good? Sound good, everybody? All right, appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Everyone have a good rest of your evening. Check out my YouTube. If you guys want to see today's video on how to break out of an outcome-dependent mindset, it's going to come out soon, so keep an eye out for that. Appreciate you guys. See you guys later. Peace. See you guys later. Have a good rest of your evening, guys.